Police in Utah have released dashcam footage of an astonishing highway chase which saw officers shoot at a suspect's vehicle 75 times before he finally came to a stop. The chase occurred in December last year and began when suspect Arturo Ray Galmore Jimenez, 37, opened fire on deputies on Interstate 15, about 60 miles north of Salt Lake City. They had received reports that Jimenez shot out the window of the truck, claiming he'd left the keys inside. When they pulled him over, Jimenez pulled out his gun and began shooting at police as he drove away. 5 officers shot back, blowing out his rear tires, but he continued and they gave chase. Within minutes, several patrol cars were following him on the interstate and other officers were setting up ahead in anticipation of the convoy and to block off exits. Arturo Ray Galmore Jimenez, 37, was arrested after the chase. He was injured but survived and has been charged with attempted aggravated murder among other charges. They traveled at 30 miles per hour until a SWAT officer, who was stationed further up the highway, waiting for Jimenez's truck, who fired 27 shots from a semi-automatic machine gun. During the chase, an innocent driver was injured by a bullet to the shoulder which was fired from a law enforcement agent's gun. Sheriffs, however, stood by the chase on Friday and said that it would have been a nightmare if Jimenez had been able to get off the highway and into a community. Had he gotten off the freeway into one of these areas, it would have been a nightmare. Salt Lake City, Sergeant Spencer Cannon told ABC News. When Jimenez first opened fire and fled, some of the officers followed him and some sped ahead to block off exits. The SWAT officer who eventually brought him to a stop had been there when he first opened fire but broke away from the group to get ahead. The driver is pictured in his DVLA photograph. His father later said he had a substance problem and was on his way to a rehab facility when the chase occurred. Police found marijuana and meth in his car. All 27 of the shots he fired hit Jimenez or his truck. Once he had come to a stop, officers surrounded the vehicle and arrested him. He survived despite being injured and was arrested. Inside his car, police found marijuana and methamphetamine. Once in custody in hospital, Jimenez confessed to shooting a man the previous day in Colorado. He was charged with 3 counts of attempted aggravated murder, failure to respond to an officer, possession of firearms, possession of drugs, auto theft, and driving with a suspended license. The sheriff's officers were placed on administrative leave pending an investigation into their use of their weapons, but they have returned to work.